How you doing there, folks? Red Pill's coming to town here, Southern Ontario. We got two shows so far. One at the University of Toronto, one here in Hamilton at the Public Library in Westdale. The one in Toronto is hosted by the U of T Men's Issues Society. The one in Hamilton will be hosted by me, yours truly. At the one in Toronto, I won't be on the Q&A panel there. So I'll be asking questions. I've got three great questions for the three panelists, and I've got just a compliment to say to Cassie Jaye. What a wonderful, wonderful person. What a wonderful film crew. I hope her and her film crew live the future that they've imagined, and wish them every bit of success in the future. So the one in Toronto, we got some invites that I feel should go out. Chanty, please come on down. Come as my guest, okay? I guarantee you nothing will happen to you. I'll make sure of it, okay? Come down and ask some questions, all right? If you feel like it. If not, I wish you the best in life. And please don't lie about me. That's all I ask. That's one of the biggest issues that I've got with feminism. They just keep on lying about folks like me. Anyways, at the one in Hamilton, I'll be doing a Q&A session. All right, so if any of you in Hamilton have questions about the issues that men face from womb to tomb, I'll be there to answer those questions. Some other invites that I feel should go out. City of Toronto there. Mayor John Tory, we spoke at the Gay Pride Parade there. Toronto Pride. I mentioned to you and explained to you that about 77% of all suicides are men. About 8 men a day are killing themselves across Canada. 3 of them will be in Ontario. Every 8 hours, a family in Ontario goes through a horrible, horrible tragedy. Something that can be prevented, or those numbers can at least be knocked down a little bit. So John Tory, sir, I urge you to come on down to this showing of this movie, learn about the issues that men face from womb to tomb. We took care of women's issues for the last 50 years. Isn't it about time we started taking care of the other half of society's issues? Just a question I'm putting out to you there, John Tory. Chief Saunders, I spoke to you after Toronto Pride there on the Monday morning. You had just finished doing a media interview. Sir, I shook your hand, said I felt it was absolutely inexcusable what Black Lives Matter did to Toronto Pride and their insistence of an exclusion of police officers in Toronto Pride. I think you'll remember, and if you didn't hear from your staff, that each time I came across one of your staff policing the parade there, I turned around, showed them a little bit of respect, thanked them for their service, and wished them my condolences on their losses. I know first responders suffered terribly from suicide. To the other first responders I interacted with at the Toronto Pride Parade, please come on down. It's you guys that are having to inform the mothers and daughters of the sons and fathers who have killed themselves. All right, you guys are the first on scene, and it's horrible. Lost my brother in 1982. The last friend I lost was Earl Silverman in 2013. In between, there was about 5 or 6 other guys that I buried. Absolutely brutal. Most of them were around the age of 20 or under. First one was my brother when I was about 12 or 13 years old. The next one of my friends was a guy by the name of Christopher Childs. He was about 16 years old. The next one was Alan Hema. I really don't need to go through all these names, but there's a lot of them that I know. Who else should be invited? Any of you politicians and councillors in Toronto, please get down there. All right? It's time to start addressing these issues. These are our sons, okay? These are Canada's sons. To the security staff at Queen's Park, Sergeant Gus, Christine, Danielle, Amber, please, if you got the time off, come on down as my personal guests. I would love to see you there. You people are the most honorable and respectful individuals that I have ever dealt with. And I hope you stay safe in your jobs. Military personnel, please come on down. It's our job as citizens, since we're not serving, to protect your human rights back here at home. We keep the home fires burning, and I try to do that as best as possible. For Hamilton, Mayor Fred Eisenberg, please, sir, come on down. In 2014, there were 53 suicides in Hamilton. About 41 of those would have been men. So in Hamilton, just about every week, there's a Hamilton family going through an incredible amount of grief. They're your constituents there, Fred. It's time to start caring about all your constituents, not half. Former police chief Glenn DeClaire, please, sir, urge the new police chief and all you police officers here in Hamilton to come on down and see the video. Watch the documentary. I'll be there to answer questions, any questions on men's issues from womb to tomb, and what I feel and where I figure the best men's rights advocates are to be found. What organizations and such. The ones that I support. General public, please come on down. You know, these are our sons and fathers that our mothers and daughters are left burying to suicide all the time. Now I'd like to talk to the university professors and whatnot in the Toronto area here. You'll see here that I have tweeted out to the U of T Learn More for what I found when I was kind of poking around on the internet. There was one of their instructors running around tearing down the posters for this documentary and stuff, or other men's issues that are talked about at the Men's Issue Awareness Society at U of T there. Going to ask U of T Learn More. Don't you think you should care about your male students as much as you care about your female students? Because I'm telling you right now, that 20 to 25-year-old age range, that's a very, very high age range for male suicides. And as a matter of fact, you might want to take a look at this graph right here. And what this graph shows is that since about 1968, 67, somewhere around there, there's been a huge spike in teen suicides, male teen suicides. If I remember the document correctly, about 600%. Down here, you'll notice here's another infographic that I put together, and what that is that the Canadian Mental Health Association has 11 papers for women's mental health. God bless them for that, but only one for men's mental health. God damn them for that. There's also one paper that spans both categories, men and women's mental health. You may not see the bottom graphic there, but the numbers are about 2972 for men and about 972 for women. These are just approximate numbers. Please do, look at the infographic and look up the numbers yourself. But that's about the ratio there. We got about a 3 to 1, 4 to 1 ratio going on, and it's absolutely unacceptable. Anyone else who wants to come out and see this documentary, I urge you, bring your friends. These are our sons and fathers that we are talking about here. For 40, 50 years, we have done nothing but ignore their issues. And we can see it in the suicide population, how that's played out. I can't find the words how brutal it is for a family and a community to go through through a suicide. Any suicide. Why is it that we as a society deem a female suicide more tragic than a male suicide? Why aren't we caring about our sons as much as we care about our daughters? Why is it that we tell our sons don't hit women, but we don't tell our daughters don't hit men? These are questions that we should be asking. These are, this is sexism in action. It's baseline in society, at its baseline in society, okay? We tell our sons don't hit girls. We don't tell our girls don't hit boys. All right, so that's blatant sexism right there, and it's just kind of an everyday thing in society. Some of the issues that will probably be talked about on the womb end of things. Men got issues from womb to tomb. On the womb end of things, it's male genital mutilation, and the numbers I know off the top of my head are around, circumcision is 1/3 to 1/2 the adult penile skin. We've got about 4 feet of blood vessels, 240 feet of nerves, and about 20,000 nerve endings. On the tomb end of things, we've got male suicide. Really, what are we doing to our sons? Why aren't we caring about them? Remember, folks, December 2nd, Toronto, December 10th, Hamilton. You want to ask why men are failing in society? Here's some answers. Take care, folks. Dan out.